How's it going, guys? Don't worry, I know it looks a little bit different. I just thought I'd change the camera angle a little bit. People hate change on YouTube, so look, don't worry. It's still the kitchen. We're all good. Welcome. Today, we are attempting to make a giant French fry. 1, because I had a lot of requests for it. 2, because whenever I put the word giant in front of something, it helps me educate you more a little bit about the normal size of cooking, which I tend to prefer a lot more. And 3, because at the end of the video, I might be able to use the pun, a chip on the shoulder. That might be a UK-based pun, but it basically means that you're a bit angry about something. I'm not. I'm kind of happy. Cool. But I need to divert your attention to a video I have on the channel. I think it's called The Best Chips Ever or Fries, something like that. They are insane and taste phenomenal. Oh my gosh. The crunch.
Wow.
Oh, so good. Now these are thrice cooked chips, so you boil them, you then chill them because that kind of firms it up, gets rid of some of the moisture, then you fry it just to give it a little bit of like a glassy, crunchy outing, and then you finish it all with the second fry after a chill to give it a gorgeous, crunchy outer oof, oof. Okay? Now the cool thing about making a giant French fry is we kind of get to use the concept. Well, I actually don't know, I'm making this up as I go along, but this is my theory, okay? In the middle, you've got like a pillowy, fluffy center where everything is good and Care Bears live. It's just kind of soft, but cooked potato. We're gonna mash, okay? That's a potato, not an egg. But we then start to do the thrice cooked steps. By chilling it, we're gonna build the mashed potato into a brick. Potato brick. With the brick done, these are hands, by the way, so we're gonna shape it. It's gonna get a bit of like, oh my love, my darling, I hunger for freeze. Okay, so we're gonna then do what the fries cooked chips will be. We're gonna freeze it, because if you put mashed potato in a fridge, it's gonna be all splodgy, okay? It could fall apart, specifically if it's quite big. So by freezing it, probably overnight, we should end up with a nice slab of brick, which will also stop the moisture. And then it's the scary bit, which is when we're gonna fry it. I'm not entirely sure how I'm gonna do that yet. We'll worry about that if we get to that step. And that, children, is your good night bedtime story. Let's go to the shops and get some ingredients. The funny thing is, I think the potatoes makes this the biggest 1 ingredient recipe I've ever done, if you exclude the oil. Gonna need a whole bottle of ketchup, I reckon. This basket is deceptively heavy. Right, let's go. We are back from the supermarket and we have got Cha-Chung King Edward potatoes there. 5 kilos of that. They're really nice sort of floury potatoes. Actually, we might not get rid of too much starch because I kind of want this to bond together. I did mull over buying some eggs because that could help bond it, but we don't want to put eggs in fries. We just want this to work as is. Right, we've got some spud peeling to do. Oh yeah, these are pretty good. There's no mud on them, but I'm still gonna wash them. So, it knocked the tripod. Hang on, we do the 5-second rule in this house, all right? We're definitely gonna wash it now. We'll peel this off, get it nice and smooth. Actually, I did have an electronic gadget where you could mount it on there, press a button and it peeled the potato, but it was terrible. So we're gonna do it manual for the guns. The problem is, I don't really know how much I need. But you've seen me peel a potato before, so just imagine this scene about 20 times. Look, a mountain of potato skins. They're done. Oh, that hurt. Yes, a mountain of the skins. They're all in this tin, and as we are using the roasting tin as a template, I think we're gonna have enough. Obviously there's gaps there, but we just want it to be along there. We want it quite high and chunky. We should be all right. And not only that, I have cleared space already in my freezer. No, I haven't completely. I put the ice cream back in because it was thawed. But other than that, we'll get the ice cream tub out the way, and that will be, whoa, a dedicated freezer shelf for our potato brick. A phrase that I never thought I would ever say. As you can tell, the dogs are very, very excited and alert for this one today, huh? This is the biggest saucepan that I have. Hopefully they'll all fit in there and we'll get water around the rest of it. All right. This is gonna cook a lot slower than this. So once we've got a fair bit of water in there, I'm gonna slice them up. Mrs. Barrett actually suggested making the potato brick and then baking it for the first part, but I got this fear that we would brown the top like a shepherd's pie and you try and flip it and it would still be mushy. So we're sticking with the fryer method, all right? I'm always interested to know how you would have done this. So if you've got an idea that you would have used a method, do let me know down below. flame on, and I'm just gonna keep my eye on this and make sure it doesn't bubble over. Can't guarantee that, but I'm gonna soften these potatoes. There's no butter, no milk, any cream going in. It's gonna be like a very bland mashed potato. We might season it. Yeah, we'll season it, but that's it. Doesn't look like it, but this could be part of a massive chip. Little update, folks. These potatoes have been a little bit stubborn. They're taking a long time to get up the heat here, but hey, Tate is gonna Tate. I also just tweeted this. Look at that. Power drill to peel your potatoes. I did use a power drill once to make a homemade McFlurry. That was a cool video. Actually, Kaylee Joyce has just tweeted me, oh my gosh, if you're actually peeling them like that, I need to see this. We've got a bit of time. I've got a new drill bit that I've never used. Hygiene. But do we go on hammer, screw, or drill? On that tweet, what I didn't like was the guy was leaving the top bit like that. He was leaving that because going into the drill, he couldn't get that. So I think I'm just going to do the top and the bottom just a little bit like that to help it. I got a bit too deep. I might need it. There we go. All right, I've just done my video because I wanted to prove that I was going to do it, but look what it's done. It's created little potato earrings. Amazing. So for reference, this is on number 1, the lowest setting, and basically just a screwdriver setting. Oh, no. Ooh. We might need to go a bit faster. It is sort of working. It's a bit weird though. I'll tell you what, it's fun. Nah. I think there's a bit of potato on the lens, sorry about that. Right, so the potatoes are now simmering, which is good. And I love how the next time I'm gonna look at my drill bit set, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, I used that on some wood, I used that on a wall, and potatoes. The potatoes are done. Oh yeah, I don't know why I'm still cooking them actually. We'll take them off the heat. That is gonna be insanely hot. So, that is steamy. So, I'm not going to touch it because it's red hot as you can see, but they're breaking up, they're nice and soft, but they're still floury, which I think will kind of help it bond. Yep, that is a steaming pile of potato ready to be mashed. Want to season your mashed potato but can't be bothered to use your other arm? There's a gadget for that. I'll just do it manually. Oh yeah, sprinkle some flake salt on there. Mash! Ugh. This is actually, I'm gonna get scolded. Wow! Just mash your potato, guys. This may look like a massive steaming bowl of freshly mashed potato, gradually soothing the face of a cardboard cutout Homer that helps him focus my camera. That's because it is. All right, guys, I've just had some lunch and it has been 2 hours. The mashed potato, oh my gosh, it's cooled down. Some of you probably don't know the TV show Bodger and Badger. There was a guy, hello Badger, I just like mashed potato. And there's a badger, he actually died recently. Sorry about that. They just basically made a show out of a badger and mashed potato. It was great. But anyhow, let's make a French fry. Also, at the back of the freezer, along with the peas, I found, remember the Arctic Roll video I did ages ago with the Ben & Jerry's ice cream, that sort of hack thing? Oh, the chunks of peanut butter. Oh yes, I've got some left over, so I might have a little nibble on that in a bit. All right, let's bring out the old Bodger and Badger moment. Oh, Badger, I'll tell you what, I can't wait to get this potato going. But just to show you, I'm gonna take the ring off as well for hygiene. My hands are washed. Cold mashed potato does actually mold pretty well. Look, I've made a little potato. And let's make a big one. Oh, this is cool. Look at this. If there's a good amount left over that I haven't put all of my hands on, the kids will have bangers and mash later for tea. I believe bangers and mash is called bangers because that was the noise, bang, it used to make in the pan when the sausages were cooking. All right, guys? I'm full of useless facts like that. Look, you can see how well that's forming. See? Ooh, whoops. As you can see, like, you could, like, plaster your walls with that. Imagine that. Look, you can see the smoke still coming off it. Oh my gosh. I almost feel like the ketchup cake should have had like mashed potato frosting on it as well, but we are done. It's time to put our potato slab into the freezer. All right, what a full-on day of making that giant French fry. Fingers crossed it'll work. I really think it will. Just need to think about, where are you going? The fire and safety health thing about, like, with the oil tomorrow, but I'll worry about that. You don't have to. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Good morning, folks. I hope you slept well. Look, I've got long sleeves on because danger. It is going to be quite dangerous. But don't worry, I spent the night doing Bodger and Badger impressions. Oh, Badger, I don't know what to do about all this mashed potato all over my face. Oh, my mashed potato. That's basically what Badger and Badger was, except there's a badger and had a spoon mashed potato, okay? Hello, McFry. This thing is very cold. It's still thawing out. It's heavy. As it's thawing, there's a little bit of moisture, so we need to make sure we get that off with the oil. That is not going to be good. But this is a pure brick of potato, so it's definitely out of the freezer now. The main thing we want to do is seal in that soft mashed potato, so we need to get a layer all around it, kind of the principle of the thrice cooked chips. I had this really crazy idea where I could take the chip, right, to a fish and chip shop and shove it in the fryer. All right, lads, plonk that in your fryer for me, would you? But I think some of you guys, although that would be an amazing twist to this tale, I don't think that you guys would be like, no, it's not homemade, all right? Because that would be the easy and maybe less dangerous thing for me way out of this, because trust me, although we're having some fun, this is going to be dangerous. I put out a tweet earlier going, what should I do? I was mulling over putting it in a pan of hot oil, like halfway up, dunking it, letting it cool down, flipping it and doing that. That's my personal preference, but some people that seem experienced in this, some former chip shop fryers, actually said don't do that. The more oil, the more dangerous it is. So do my other idea of sitting in a roasting tray and flipping it over. So to make that possible, I probably want to get myself some decent gloves, so we're going to head to a hardware store right now. Random fact for you that I found out last night. Michael Jordan, you know the guy from Trainers, and well, I think he was all right at basketball as well. He's got a restaurant that actually serves giant French fries somewhere. Yeah, not as big as this one though. Welding gloves, but I think these might absorb the oil. Oh, what about these? It's like Doc Brown gloves. Oh, I feel like Doc Brown. I think I'm going to double glove it, guys. I'm going to get another pair just in case. A trowel might help flip this thing. Actually, I think a taping knife would do quite good. I need more than one, because if I just have one, it'll flip and splatter oil, won't it? Alright, a chap I know called Rob has saved my life because he thinks welding gloves are more heat resistant. I've got you recording. Do you mind telling me why should I have welding gloves, Rob?
I think you should have welding gloves so that the ones that you chose before I think would have melted.
Yeah.
Whereas these ones.
Yeah, that's right, actually. Yeah. He's smart, I'm not. So Rob just said to me, why don't you just bake this thing? And last night with some of the leftover mashed potato, I tried it out and it was okay. The colouring was uneven, it didn't feel like Christmas, and it cooked in the centre. So when I try and lift out the pan, here's the equipment I've got. We've got the pan where we're going to submerge the oil and warm it on the hob here. This spare tray is where hopefully I can lift it and move it to if I need to. Over here we've got the gloves and stuff I just collected. Kitchen towel, gonna probably need that quite a bit, and also a bowl of ice cold water in case things get a bit crazy. Hopefully they won't. This is serious. Here we go. So we're gonna try and get enough oil in it, ideally as little as possible, but enough to submerge and cook sort of half of it, so I only need to flip it once. I mean, if I keep it shallow like that, I could flip it 4 times, couldn't I? Why am I thinking about this now and not ahead of time? Hang on a sec. Yeah, let's do that. Let's flip it 4 times so there's less oil and it's shallower. Health and safety. All right, so we've got a flame under there and a flame under there. So remember, this thing still needs to thaw out a little bit, but that's good because that'll help crisp the outside. I'm not sure if I'm gonna do it twice or thrice. Hey? Ideally what I want to do is get an initial crust, let it thaw out for another hour, and then finish it off, but I can completely brown it and then warm it through in the oven. Either way. Alright, some bread. Let's see if this oil's hot enough. Oh, yes it is. Alright, safety first, additional poncho layer. These gloves are here, welding gloves about to go on. I'm going to dunk one side in and see what it does. Can we just reflect and take a moment, and if someone knocks on the door with a parcel right now, if I have to answer the door. Right. I'm being serious now, this is my serious face. Just one end. Just gave it a little dab. I'm gonna do every other side, all right? Remember guys, what we're looking for is a really good seal. I used to be a green tower alone on the sea. I think we're gonna have to go all out and fry it right through and then warm it through in the oven. I'm happy with that. But you can see we're getting nice browned ends. Woo! That was what I wanted to happen, but not as crazy. I've got a bit of potato on my hands, but it's going well. What I'm finding, guys, is despite my tools, it's actually safer because it's so solid to check it with my hands. This might be one of the first ones where I ever will say, do not try this at home. I always wanted to say that.
What are you doing?
Don't worry about me. You've chosen the best time. Oh my gosh. Best time to come home from lunch. My memory stick just ran out. But I've made a giant French fry. And this is dangerous, so stay away.
Is that hot oil?
Yes. Everything's under control.
You've made a giant chip?
Yeah, I think.
Wow, that's cool.
Hey, I tell you what, this is soaking up the oil.
You look like you're wrapping up a baby.
You have no idea how long that took. My memory card ran out, and then I'm like, well, this oil's hot, this thing's gonna cook, and it's like a little baby, it's my baby.
It is like a baby. You're wrapping it up in paper towel to keep it warm.
I think we've done it. It started to perish quite a bit, so I think it's softened and thawed out anyway. We're only cooking it twice, sorry. It looks good though. Despite the hard edge on the chip, I've got a feeling it could just like disintegrate. Do you like my dip? Look guys, I have got a chip on my shoulder. I'm gonna slice this up and dunk it in my ketchup. Yep, that's a pretty big chip. Oh, go on. Yes. It is tempting to dunk that whole thing, but I think this is more than enough. Oh my gosh. It's warm, it's cooked through, there's no frozen bits in the middle, the crunch. Wow. It needs a bit of salt and vinegar. Oh, what an absolute mashup, excuse the pun, this video has been. Wow. But there we go folks, don't forget to check out the rest of the Giant Food playlist and have a marathon and watch over 1,400 videos here on the channel. We survived. If you do try this, be careful. Maybe try it in the oven instead or some sort of barbecue outdoor frying device thing. Got a little scary, but we survived. Bye-bye.
Check your level, player. No matter what your style, the kitchen's for me. Simon's moustache, goatee, maybe all three.